Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you guys something amazing, okay? Now you guys all know we have multiple rotary system, but today we're going to talk about this guy here, okay? I don't like to put anything into my laser, but this is only for you guys. I'm explaining this for you, so I'm going to show you this rotary. This rotary here usually used for fiber optic and basically get attached to an aluminum base, but today we're going to be using it for basically our OMTech laser engraver. That's what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you step by step how we're going to get this to program into a laser. This is going to change basically everything that we've been doing. As you guys know, our rotary usually, if you're engraving object, you'll have a hard time switching object around, or if especially when using the original manufacturer rotary, basically, which is are these guys here. Okay, if you have an object that you cannot, you have to move this guy up if his object is different shapes and stuff like that. And not everything you can do with this guy, but this guy is going to change the world, okay? Because no one, I have not seen anybody yet use this for a CO2 laser. And today I'm going to show you guys how we're going to set it up and how we're going to use it step by step, okay? And I'm going to show you some example, okay? So let's do this. Let me make something first. What we're going to do, we're going to make a base. I already did, but I'm just going to explain to you guys what I'm talking about. Basically, it's going to be a base for this guy here. Now, my machine is the 50 volt, okay, which is the smallest size up and down, basically, the depth size. And I had purchased a different rotary system too, and I will show you guys the picture. Actually, I will link the picture above, which is as the picture you see. That was the rotary I had purchased, and it was not bad, but certain object it will not actually work because of the thickness of the material. For example, if I have something like this thick, okay, and then it had to sit down into the rotors, and there's too much height now, so you will not even reach to that laser head. But with this guy, that's the only distance you're working with, okay? Now I'll be pushing it because this is the 50 volt. I will be pushing it if I'm using something this big, okay, because of the lens and stuff like that. But still, it will work with this guy, okay? And this is a huge diameter too of a cup. So let me show you what we're gonna do first. We want to make sure first to make this guy stable. We don't want to rock him back and forth. So what I did, I made this base, okay? And I'll leave the maybe design for this rotary for this base. So this made out of two material. The bottom material is 5mm, 5.25, and the top one is just 2.9mm wood. So what I did, the 2.9 I cut around, okay, and I can make maybe 2 or 3 of these, doesn't matter. But the bottom one is the 5, and I glue them. I cut around basically the size of this guy here. So the way it's gonna sit, basically, is gonna go like this, and it's gonna just go inside of it. Okay, just simple. That's all it is. The most important thing I'm worrying about is this guy here. Okay, I want to hold this guy from rocking back and forth. What I can do later on, I will make a bunch of these more, so I can be higher. Then maybe we can put one smaller to fit it in, or I can just put screws in here, basically. So right now I'm gonna put screws just to hold it down, or even a vise just for demonstration for you guys. Or I can use it actually right now without nothing, okay? But this is the future. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna try to screw this in, okay? So let me go ahead and show you how we're gonna do this and how we're gonna make this guy work here. Now, just before we do that, maybe some of you guys don't understand what's this, okay? So let me zoom into it and I'll show you exactly how good of a machine is this. Now this rotary here is a chuck rotary. Couple things is very impressive about chuck rotary is your stepper rotation, okay? you do not, if you figure it out one time, you don't have to keep recalculating from different kind of cups, okay, the size of cups. So because you're always holding it to the center of the object, which is basically is going to be, this is the center, okay. So if you start switching items from something this small, okay, if you enter this guy here and then you go ahead to switch to something this big, okay, you'll have stepper rotation with this guy. You just have to figure it out once. You have to figure out your stepper rotation and that's it. But you will have to change your diameter, object diameter, which is okay. Object diameter is easy to find, but the stepper rotation, usually the one that's killing us as a rotary guys, and then you're gonna end up putting tape around this guy and doing all this crazy stuff, and then sometimes you made a mistake and you don't, the tape is not thick enough or your laser is too strong, you're gonna end up damaging this guy, okay. Or then the other issues with the other basically rotary is when this guy skip, when you're doing something and it starts skipping, that's gonna kill you. Like just throwing the object away basically. And some object, some stuff are very expensive. You're talking about $30, $20 if it's a Yeti cup example, okay. So one mistake is gone, but find a step for rotation for this guy, and that's it. For every single cup is going to be the only thing, just put the diameter, okay. So and then make sure it's tight, so when it's tight there's no slipping no more. Now you have to be careful with glass, because if you over tie it you will crack the glass, so you have to be careful how you tie this. So let me show you some example, okay, of actual how this works. So it's basically is like a rotary chuck, and you open it this way, okay. It opens up, and you see the head is opening to put, like I said, to hold something from here. Now these comes in with the extra adapters, okay. They do send you a spare ones, okay, but they're not spare. What it is, there's 3 of these. So you know how, if you see how this looks, so this will hold the object from, say, like this, okay. You put the object inside, will hold it. These, okay, is designed to go the other direction, which is gonna hold the object from the top, okay. So set of, basically you're gonna insert it this way, okay, and then you're gonna hold the object from the outside diameter. Set of this one will hold it from the inside diameter. It depends what object you're holding, okay. And even these, they have a little mark in here. You can hold small stuff from here. So just this example I'm showing you, okay. So now let's hold this guy, okay, as a cup. So we're just gonna close this guy in, okay, and make sure it's in all the way, and just tight it easy. Remember, it's glass, so with glass you gotta be careful. You do not want to over tie it, because you'll crack it. And now this guy is hold this direction, just like that, okay. Now here is what good about this style of rotary, okay, especially this one. This one is from OMTech. It was designed by OMTech, and it was, developed by OMTech, and they do actually have an special cord that will fit actually your laser engraver. So as you see here, I am not even right now, okay, the shape of this glass this way, but this one here is designed, you can adjust it, you can adjust the whole thing, not like the other rotaries. What does it take? It takes 5mm bolt, Allen wrench. So there's a bolt in here and there's a bolt on the other side. So I'm gonna loosen this bolt on this side here. And just leave that one loose for now, and then we're gonna loosen this guy here, okay. And now after I loosen it, watch this. Now I can control this guy up and down. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Now a lot of people have been using this for fiber optic, but no one ever used this for CO2 lasers. And today we're gonna be going through this. We're gonna show you how you use it. So now I'm gonna try my best. Let's say I'm gonna line this guy up to be straight. Then what you're gonna do with your Allen ring key, you're gonna tie this screw here, and that's the bolt, and that's it. Make sure you tie both sides, okay? Here's the other side, something like this. As another side, okay? That's it. Now this is leveled, okay? And all this guy does turns, and that's it. You might have a little bit hard time, to be honest, just to get this sometimes to turn exactly. Okay, maybe you have to tap it a little bit and then tap it down. That's all is hard about this, okay? Now you do have to make sure when you're scanning, you're not going to over scan and hit this guy here, okay? But as of right now, we're going to do some engraving on some object, and I'm going to show you. First, let's put this guy inside the machine, and let's find the step for rotation, and I'm going to show you how to do this. And then we're going to do some engraving, and then we'll do some different object, weird shape object too, okay? So bear with me. Let's do this. So in LightBurn, first what we need to do, we need to go to edit and go under machine setting, okay, after launching the LightBurn. What you need to do, let me turn off the machine. The machine have to be on first. You're going to click on machine setting and it's going to load, okay? What you need to do first, save your machine setting. That's very important. Very important is to save everything, okay? Take a pictures of each screen just to make sure to have a backup, because anything you change here, you can cause a problem somewhere, okay? And then if you don't have the original settings, it's very hard to recover it and you might damage your machine, okay? So we're gonna save, we're gonna click on save, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and choose a name that you're gonna save it to. I already have mine set as a first setup, but let's choose, let's say we'll do a number 1, okay? You gotta make sure where to save it to. I have mine on desktop. Click save. So these settings are already saved on your desktop. To be on the safe side, always take a picture of them again, okay? Then now we're gonna go and adjust it to our actual rotary. You only need to enable 3 options, but I will do something extra, just slowing something down, just to be on a safe side. So the first thing you need to enable is gonna be the enable the rotary option after saving everything, or plus taking the pictures of every single one. So you're gonna enable this guy here, rotary enabled. You're gonna click on it. Then we're gonna go in the bottom here under vendor setting. We're gonna click on this twice. We're gonna go down under vendor settings, and you're gonna click under says X access setting. I'm gonna turn off home enabling. What is this does? Basically, it brings your machine homing to a special location, okay, every time your machine turns on. We want to turn this off. We don't want the rotary to start homing, basically. So we're going to turn this guy off. We're going to go down, and where it says Y-axis setting, we're going to turn off the homing too, okay? So again, the Y-axis we turn off the homing, and the X-axis we turn off the homing. We're going to go up, and I'm going to change couple more things, is the idle speed. Okay, I'm gonna change this one to some 20. I like that speed, and I'm gonna change the idle shift speed here to, well, I'll do both of them 40. Okay, so I'll do this guy 40 here, the lying shift speed, and the idle, we'll do both 40. Okay, this is basically what it is. What I did right now, I slowed down where the rotary start turning. After finishing engraving, it goes home fast. So I just slow it down so it will not go home and start kicking stuff away. Then we're gonna click right, and you get a message here, successfully right. Let's double check it. Click OK, and double check this. You go back again to edit machine setting, and when the machine started loading, that 300 got changed to 40. Your enable rotary. And if you open the vendor setting, you're gonna double check homing is off on both Y and X axis. Okay, you're gonna click OK, and now we're gonna go back showing you how to hook up the machine. Okay, you can save these settings after you're satisfied with them. You can go again to, for example, edit machine setting, and this time, after make sure everything's okay, click save. and then make sure name it something else. Remember, this was our first setting. So we're gonna click example, save as to number 2. So we know number 2 is rotary, and we're gonna click OK. Now, after everything done, okay, you're gonna have to go back after you use a rotary and you're done, and you want to go back to a normal setting, which is not rotary, just regular engraving and cut off on flat materials. You're gonna have to click on edit and click on machine setting again. This time you're gonna click on load, and you're gonna load that setting you had, which was your rotary setting. So if you see right now here, I only have setup 1. For some reason it did not save setup 2. So that's the good thing to always check if you save your setting. But I have them here. This is my rotary setting, and this is actually my first setup, which is the original setting from the machine. So you click on, let's say I click on this guy here, the original setting is gonna load, and see the number changes here, and then rotary is disabled now. So now I know I'm good. I can click right and click OK. Now I'm back to my original setting. But now we want to do actually rotary, so we're gonna click here, machine setting, and we're gonna go to load setting, which is I have the rotary setting here. Click OK, and then click yes, and then just to double check him. They are there. Yep, I have mine on 20. Sorry guys, 20 and 20. I didn't have it on 40, but you can do 40. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then now we could turn the machine off. Always when you're working on a machine, turn it off. So we're gonna turn the machine off. Now we're gonna go back into the actual machine and hook it up. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Let me give you a better angle. Okay, of the actual setup. We're gonna unplug this Y-axis cord over here. Okay, and of course the new rotary OMTech design with the same actual cord. It's a heavy weight cord with the same actual cord head that you can hook this guy to your actual CO2 laser. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually go from the back, okay, and then we're gonna plug it using the same plug almost, and then just tie it. You're gonna very high tie it, and that's it. Make sure your wire cord is not in any way close to the fan or in the way, and you're good to go. Now you turn your machine on. So for example, if I bring this guy manually this way, if I turn my machine, it's not gonna home, okay, because we turn off our actual homing option, so the machine stays as it is, whatever I put it. But I can still move it, jog it manually. But you gotta be careful jogging it manually so you won't overhit stuff and start loosening stuff. And then, if you look actually here, let me give you a closer look. If I turn up and down, my rotary is working right now. That's up and down. And then side to side is my x-axis. Let me give you a better look from the bottom of it so you can see it sideways, and then we'll continue the video. So here's a better look again. You can see this moves back and forth, and of course if I want to move this guy, okay, now if I bring this guy here, you can see that's what I was talking about, I'm very close, but again I have the small focal length, so anything all the way up to the top I should be okay. So we're gonna start with for example the wine glass. Okay, so how this works, okay, you have the chuck. I'm gonna move this back a little bit. So the chuck basically opens up, okay, the head, and I'm gonna turn it somewhere over here align the wine glass. Okay, so we're gonna open it up, and I'm gonna bring, let me just get the focus over here. I'm gonna bring the wine glass over here somewhere, and I'm gonna open it. Because it's glass, you're gonna have to be careful, okay, not to over tighten it, then you end up damaging something, basically breaking the glass. So I'm gonna just try to tie as much as I can, and that's it. Just feel, that's it. Simple. You don't need no much. Then we're gonna bring this back again. I'm gonna just line it up to the end, and I'm gonna push it back, something like that. So now I can see already this guy here. It is actually a little bit high this direction. So we're gonna open these two screws here, and we're gonna bring it down a little bit just to align it. That's what good about this machine. Okay, I can adjust the angle of the object. There's a bolt on the back. Okay, that is open. I left it open just for demonstration, but you should tie both of them. And then this guy, and then I'm gonna bring this guy down. You can see I can go up and down, which is I want. Let's say if I want to engrave only on this surface here. Okay, but we're gonna line it up much as we can. Something like this should be good. And it's always good to bring the actual laser head, for example, and just look at it, the laser head. Something like that. Then I'm gonna tie this guy up. That should be good enough, okay? And I still have room. I'm gonna bring my focal, and you can see I gotta go up a little bit. So I'm good, okay? So now this is kind of good. Now we'll go back to LightBurn, and I'm gonna actually set up. So the only thing you need with this chuck here is one-time setup. One time figuring out what's your actual stepper rotation, and that's it. You don't need nothing else. After you figure that out, that goes to every single cup. So no more hassling, putting tape on cups and stuff like that. And I'll show you. I'm gonna actually, with the same stepper rotation, I'm gonna use for all the cups, so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so give me a minute. Let's go back to LightBurn, and then trying to put the stepper rotation in there and figure it out. Okay. So here's LightBurn. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna first we need to measure actually the cup size, okay, for which is the diameter of the cup. I already have it measured, so I will not bother you guys. The biggest diameter cup on the wine glass is 88.3 millimeter. So if I go here, now we're gonna need to go to tools. We're gonna need to rotation setup, rotary setup. I'm sorry. Remember, this was what we used to have. Now we're gonna choose a chuck. So watch the difference here. When we have rotary, it's gonna ask you for object diameter, the rotary size, basically the head for the rotaries, and then the stepper rotation. But when we switch to chuck, of course it's changing. It's only asking us for object diameter and the stepper rotation. Which after we figure this number out, there is no more need for changing this number. Okay, the only thing you're going to be changing is your object diameter, that's what amazing about it. Of course you're going to need the circumference. So we're gonna take, let's choose let's do 4,000. Okay, 4,000, maybe I know the number, but I'm just gonna give you an example. 4,800. Okay, that's the number we're gonna choose. And then the object diameter, I already know it. It is 88.3, and that should give me a circumference of excuse me, 277.40. So I'm gonna take the circumference, okay, and then I'm gonna make a box. I'm gonna make the width of it only 2 millimeters, and then I'm gonna turn the box on. Sorry, I didn't have it turned on here in the setting, so it was not showing. But the length of it, I'm gonna make it to my circumference, so it's 277. Okay, so now we're gonna go down here, and where it says basically here where it says we're gonna choose current position. Okay, so the current position is from star all the way down. So we're gonna click right now star, and I'm gonna show you actually the machine running. Okay, so after that I'm gonna lower my power speed to 10, just because of testing. I do not want, nothing engraving. And then we're gonna click engrave. Okay, make sure you're on lying, and then click star. Actually, what was happening too, I had an error because my water pump was not on my chiller, so the machine was not starting. Okay, so we're gonna click start right now, and that should send the information to the laser. And here you go. So I'm gonna turn the actual object just around so I can show you guys. And as you can see, we were very short, okay? Because I know the object, the step for rotation. I had it on purpose wrong to show you guys. We're gonna fix it. I'm gonna change it to step for rotation, and I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna go to actual again rotary setting, and my step per rotation is 5,000. Okay, 5,000. Then click OK. Excuse me. We're gonna come back to the machine. I'm gonna show you guys. There you go. And we're just gonna move the laser just a hair to next to it. And I'm gonna actually try to start with the same location I started earlier, just to show you guys. And we're gonna click send. And then we're gonna turn the guy around, show you guys it is dead on. Okay, so let me open the case now and actually trying to show you guys the step for rotation. It is actually started cutting here and it finished cutting here. It's dead on. Before it was small, and now we're dead center. Okay, so zoom out and let me try change the cup and do a different cup. Okay, I'm showing you guys actually from where the actual pass-through door. So we'll push this guy back up, and we're gonna actually take this cup out. Okay, and then we're gonna change the cup, different cup. We're gonna use this cup here. Okay, and it's not even, so this one is not steel. So I mean, it's steel, so you can tie it actually. You don't have to worry about breaking it. Tie as much as you can, and we'll try turning. Okay, we're gonna adjust. So now here's what we're gonna do. If you see here, the dusting here is going to be different in dusting than actually over here. There's a lot of dusting. Okay, so we're going to adjust the length, the angle of the actual machine. We're going to open this guy up and then eyeball it, and I'm very close to get it almost perfect. Okay, I'm going to tie it up. Of course, I'm going to probably have to drop my bed down a little bit to get my focus. So that's here. My focus over here. Maybe I can go a little bit more, but you get the idea. Okay, now actually got to go up a little bit more. Okay. Focus here. You can see it's good. So then my length is set perfect. We're going to start here. Now the only thing I'm going to change the diameter of this guy, okay, which I do have too, is 79.40. So we're going to go to actual LightBurn. So here's LightBurn. So we're going to go to LightBurn. What we're going to do, we changed already, we're going to change the actual rotary setup to 79.40. Okay, but this time we're going to take the circumference, okay, the circumference got changed. A circumference is basically if I took the cup, so if I took this cup, okay, and if I cut it from here and make it flat, so the start to end, so basically from this here to here, that was my flat, that's going to be the circumference. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. When I go to LightBurn, this is basically I'm making a box to determine my starting point and my end point. So my circumference is different on this guy. So we're gonna change it to 249, and of course got to change the 249, which is give us the 79 diameter. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and click play over here. I already did it the first time, and it kind of was trying to figure it out, so it was wrong. So now we're gonna go do this guy here. So you can see the same step per rotation. I kept it 5,000. We're just gonna go ahead and click play, and we're gonna show you. So here's the actual where we engraved. Gonna go down, and you can see with this cup here, it is perfect. We start here, we end it here. So basically, any kind of cup you're gonna do right now, you don't need to calculate your step per rotation no more. Let's do one more cup, just for the hell of it. Okay. Now we're actually gonna change the smallest cup available. Okay. Which is, I got this guy here. Let's measure it first to show you what I mean with the diameter. You're gonna take this guy, get your caliper, and measure the biggest diameter, which is on this guy. It is about 3720. Okay, 3720. We're gonna actually close these guys right now. Maybe I can hold it from inside. No, we'll just do. We'll close it. We said 3720 it was. Okay, we're gonna just try this guy. Okay, turn around. See, you just got to adjust it, make sure it's adjusted right. Very close enough. Okay, we're gonna bring our guy here. Excuse me. Gonna go up to get our focus. And you can see this guy. It's actually not bad. Now, to be honest, one thing I don't know how to do yet. I gotta figure it out. When we engrave, I know the machine usually will go back and forth. The head will go back and forth. I just have to reduce this step here, so I will not crash into here if I'm using a small object. Which is that one I don't know how to do yet. Okay, we'll have to figure it out. If anybody know how to do this, please help me out here. Tell me where do I go to change actually this guy from hitting here, because I know when you engrave usually over travel a little bit. So where is that option to? That's the thing I haven't messed with yet. But I'll figure it out maybe. But if you can, please go ahead and do that. So now we're gonna go LightBurn, and in LightBurn actually what we're gonna do, we're gonna change, if you recall, we're gonna go here and machine, on tools, rotary, it was, we said 37, what was it, 3720 or something like that was? Say 3720, I think, I already forgot. Okay, and then that give us different circumference. We're gonna take the circumference and change the box, remember? Click copy, it leaves the same rotation, step rotation. We're gonna go here to the box actually, and we're gonna change the circumference size. It should bring this guy down. So this is actually how big is the whole cup is, and if I start from here and end from here, it should match. So let's go back and do engraving. So here, the door is open. Try to close the door. Then we're gonna click start right now. Okay, and it's done. And we're gonna actually take this apart and show you very closely. Okay. And actually, when you focus to it, you can see my star in finish. It was dead on. It went around, start and finish in one area. So no more calculating step per rotation. that will save you a lot of headache. Give me a minute. So I just zoomed out. This is where I had my camera actually to show you guys. But again, with this guy, no more actually calculating step per rotation. Okay, you're all set. Changing cups, it'll be very easy right now. Align it perfect. Again, I am using the smallest bed, so I believe you're using a little bit bigger machine than me, 55 or the 60 watt or maybe more. All your beds are a little bigger than this guy here, so the smallest bed, this guy works fine. I only have to figure out this here when the laser travel back and forth so I won't hit this guy, or maybe I can actually start putting my object the opposite way and then start here so I will not hit this guy, but I'll have to figure something out. Okay, but other than that, it's perfect. You can see that solves all our problems. Okay, every little thing you adjust it from here, the alignment, step rotation. So if you have an expensive cup like a Yeti cup, usually they're $30-$40, you know, and then one mistake, you're basically ruined. That's it. Yeah, you gotta change the cup, buy a new cup or something. And some of us can barely make money because you're not charging a lot, trying to make deals for our customers and stuff like that. Plus, your actual cups will normally be sliding. They're tight to this guy, okay, and no more sliding and getting ruined, you know, designing or stuff like that. Just gotta make sure you align it right, okay, like from this end to that end. And if it's glass, don't over tie it because you will break it. And other than that, I hope you guys like this video. I will have the link below where to purchase this. This is from OMTech, Amazon actually. They do come with a fiber optic, but this plug is designed for the CO2 laser. Okay, and so what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna change that. It comes in with a head, okay, that instead of holding it from outside, you know, holding it from the inside diameter, you can hold the object from the outside diameter. I'm gonna change this and show you guys too. So all we need are key. We're gonna open this guy up all the way. Now they are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, the way they goes in. So I'm gonna open them. Probably they're gonna stop falling by themselves, especially the bottom one. So it's opened up. So we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna look at it. What number is it? This is number 1. Now the difference between those two here, again, just in case, they're both, you can see the teeth, but they're opposite. So one will hold from the outside, one will hold from the inside. Okay, so we're gonna change one with one. We're gonna put the one in. And we're gonna turn like we're tying it. Take 2 out. This is number 2. We'll replace it with number 2. Okay. So I can already tell the 2 is tying, but the 1 is not. So something wrong. We have to make sure the 1 ties first. Okay. They can be equal, even. So we'll turn, half turn here, and then both start turning. We're gonna go to number 3. Turn this guy around. Go take number 3 out. Then again, it is marked as number 3 here. Okay. Then we're gonna put that one in. And then we're gonna tie it in. Try to tie him. To double check everything is actually tying, what I like to do, I just go all the way. And when first one goes in, okay, flat here, I turn around, make sure this guy's in and this guy's in. Basically they're all equal, not maybe one of them pushed in more than the other. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this cup over here, holding it from the outside. So I'm gonna open them a little bit. Okay, and trying to put the cup here so you can hold it from the outside. And I'm gonna tie it. Okay. Gotta be careful, don't over tie so you won't be making marks. We'll remove those guys here. I'm gonna give you an actual better angle how we're gonna align this guy. Okay, let me change my camera angle. So if I bring this guy right now over to the right, okay, you can see I'm very close, so we're gonna have to adjust this guy over here as we did earlier. Okay, we're gonna use our 5mm Allen wrench. Trying to do it with both one hand and show you guys at the same time. We're gonna lower it down. I will bring my bed up a little bit just so I can eyeball it better. I need to go lower a little bit more down. Okay. Open it. Lower more down. Let's see if I can eyeball it. I think I'm very decent right now. Bring the bed a little bit more higher. Okay. And let me get the focus. Here, I'll zoom out this way and actually a little bit lower, so maybe I went too much. It's not bad. Here it's not moving a lot, and here I'm going in. Okay, so that's actually good. So that'll be my starting point here, and we can actually burn a design. I'm gonna go to LightBurn and I'm gonna show you guys in LightBurn. I'm gonna open a design in LightBurn and I'm gonna try to maybe burn something. Okay, so let me bear with me. Let me open a design on LightBurn. Should have something. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you LightBurn. So here's a design open in LightBurn. So basically what I'm going to do, okay, I open a design. I got my circumference, okay, from here all the way down, okay, which is, let's calculate it together. If I open this box all the way here, it's gonna be about 270, 47, so it's like 49, say, a little bit over, but that was my circumference. Because if I go here to Rotary, tools, Rotary, my circumference, it was 3720, which is give me this was for a different object. For this object here, remember my diameter is different, so the diameter is 7940, so 79.40, so that should give me a circumference of 249. Okay, very close to a circumference I have, which is the box I made from here to here. I put the object, I make it to four areas, so I know example if I want to write a name in here in the future, I can put something in here as long as I focus this guy. We're gonna go here to change position, current position, which is gonna start from the top here going this way. What I'll do, I'll grab actually all this and just go ahead with the green button. Okay, so lining up with the green button. I'm not sure if you can see it, but give me a minute. See that green button? So that's my positioning of a laser. So if I put my laser here, and it's gonna start engraving going down. Okay, this way maybe it goes down then goes up. Okay, so let's see, let's review it, see how's that gonna do. The play, yep, it's gonna go down and it's gonna go up all the way, engrave all this. Okay, so we're gonna click OK. I'm gonna change my setting, so 300 speed, 42, yep, that should be okay, and click OK. So I have turned off all the frames, so I don't got nothing, only this guy right now. So let's go back to actual cup and position it. Let me position the cup and show you guys the engraving, the actual whole engraving. I make this guy like this. So if I'm in the center, somewhere over here, and then I'm in the center somewhere like this, that should be okay now. We're gonna start the design from somewhere here. Close the door, and I'm gonna click play, and then we'll go from there. So here's the design, finished up. Let me open it and clean it up and show you the finished product. Here's the burr angle. We're gonna move it. Gonna open it up. Minute. So what I usually use, rubbing alcohol, like at 91%, and a towel, and just clean the burn powder on the object. So for example, let me turn the light on for you guys. You can see. I hope that's not too much lighting, but basically use rubbing alcohol, just rub it a couple times. You can see the dirt already that came in. You can, I see people use like a Mr. Clean eraser or something and rubbing alcohol, but a towel will do the job. Okay, or even Mr. Clean is better. No. So here is the finished product. Let me turn off the light, maybe too much lighting. Okay. Very clean, very nice job. Okay, and then of course you're gonna have to clean it, soap, before you give it to your customer. Again, here's the rotary that we're talking about. Chuck rotary that moves back and forth is being used for first time on a CO2 laser. I hope you guys like this. Again, please leave a comment. Any issues, and if anybody figured out how to actually turn the speed rotation here, let me know. Be careful, please. See, I already a little bit scratch here because I tied it and I was actually adjusting it, but it's not a big of a deal. This is gonna give it a gift anyway, but maybe you could put some tape around here. Be careful on the glass. Make sure tying it good on the glass, don't over tie it. Be careful when you're changing those heads too, make sure they're all lined up when you're changing them. Other than that, this guy works perfect for almost everything right now. Okay, again, leave a like, leave a comment if you have any question. We're more than happy to help you guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.